y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just gonna let you guys decide to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay, it's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever. After every storm, there is a rainbow, and you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light in the tunnel, whichever one you prefer, my friend, okay? Please keep in mind that slow and steady wins the race. You got this. We are going to see great things. You're going to be embraced with beautiful things in life that you deserve. Keep going, but most importantly, understand that please rely on them bad times, because them bad times got you to where you are now. And as always, slow and steady wins the race. Okay? Okay. Hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this, but you're this, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? Happy second week, the second week of May. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all had a lovely holiday weekend. I hope you guys were able to enjoy Mother's Day, make the best out of it, and things of that nature. I hope that May so far is doing you some justice. And if not, my friend, please don't stress, don't worry. We have 2 more weeks in the month of May, and you can keep going, because you know April showers May brings May flowers. So if we're still going through our shower season, that's okay, because our May flowers are coming. All right. As well as too, in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, I hope you all are really paying attention to your mental health, advocating for what's right for you, doing things that are necessary, but most importantly, putting yourself first. Going to our theme for this month, as well as we had stated last week, Mindset and Mental Wellness May, in honor of Mental Health Awareness. I really want to get to the nitty gritty with you guys and say this. As always, I am so thankful and blessed and grateful for you guys. Without you guys, I don't know where I would be, because it takes a lot out of a person to keep going. And just seeing the numbers, the likes, the comments, replies, reposts, and things like that, I am very grateful and thankful. Like, I really do appreciate it. I thank you all so very much, from international and my city, things of that nature. Wherever you're listening or watching me from, I really do appreciate you all a lot. And please keep going, don't stop. And I really hope that whatever lesson of the day, well, vibe of the day, wellness lesson of the day, vibing out with guest appearance, or whatever the case may be, have really put a big impact onto your life in some type of way. Because not only am I being the teacher type of self for y'all, I'm learning with y'all as I go as well, and I'm learning from you all as well. So yeah, but overall, I hope this Mental Health Awareness Month so far is doing good, it's giving you some justice. If not, it's okay, it's all right, my friend. Bad times don't last forever. Dust yourself off and try again, and keep going, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise, mainly the naysayers. Okay? Okay, so y'all, we have reached 46 newsletters. Last week was 45. I think I messed up and said it was 44, but y'all, we have reached 46 newsletters. Sorry about that. Another updates. Oh, Vibing with E, aka the CEO, will be graduating this Friday, May 15th, 2026, with her master's degree. Y'all, I am super excited. I'm so thankful and grateful, because being able to graduate as well as still maintain vibing with you guys, securing a new job as well in the process, but most importantly, finally enjoying the moments that are going on in my life, I really do appreciate it. So everyone out there that's graduating, getting married, having kids, whatever new blessing, amazing obstacle you have going on in your life, I am so proud of you. Keep going, keep going. No one knows how hard it was for you to get to this point. No one knows how hard it was for you to lock in. No one knows how hard it was for you to do all this stuff. Okay, so please honor yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself. If you're in the process of doing something new and all these things like that, please celebrate them small wins, because them small wins help you to get comfortable, as well as when it comes to the big wins, you are like, I deserve this. You feel comfortable and all these things of that nature. So yes, congratulations to everyone out there that is graduating once again, that's getting married, having babies, got a new job, got a new house, traveling, whatever the case may be, doing things that they want to do, because you're living it and doing like it's your B-day every day, and finally taking control of your life, popping out when you want to, being selfish, but most importantly, you are taking control of what matters. I am so proud of you. And if you're in this cycle right now of doing that, I'm still proud of you regardless. And if you're having a hard time, I'm still proud of you because you're going to get to that point one day. So instead of runs the race and take your time, don't rush it, and don't let them naysayers get in your ear. Okay? Okay. So like I said, y'all, we have reached it 46 newsletters, and we're still in the theme of mindset and mental wellness, May, and we're on part 2. So guys, as we continue the mental health awareness month and the theme mindset and mental wellness May, this week is a reminder. It's simple, but it's very important because it comes with a purpose, as well as being powerful. As you can see by the title, Healthy Boundaries Creates a Healthy Life. With that being said, boundaries are not punishments. Boundaries are protections. We need to protect ourselves at all costs. As well as, too, saying no doesn't make you less of a person, and it doesn't affect you in any type of way. So I want you guys to understand that when you say no, you're not being selfish. You're doing what's necessary for you. You're taking control. You're popping out when you want to, but most importantly, you are taking back your power. I feel like when you say no and you stand on business, stand 10 toes down or whatever about it, keep it push a P, all that, you are protecting boundaries for yourself. You're really protecting a boundary for yourself, because it's hard when we don't create boundaries. If we don't create healthy boundaries, we won't have a healthy lifestyle. As well as, in honor of mental health awareness, this is one topic that I was very looking forward to talk about, because we are all in this stage right now, as we say, if you're new here, the theme for this year, Impacting Vibing with E, is you. Everything surrounding you. We are in this chapter of we're elevating for the better. We're doing things that's necessary. Day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, all those things. We are taking control of things that matter to us. We're being selfish, but most importantly, we're going to pop out when we want to. We are finally listening to ourselves and doing things that are needed, because when you have always been the person that's there for people, or whatever the case may be, at times you got to be there for yourself. And if you don't be there for yourself, it's going to make it hard for you to even understand who you are as a person, as well as even knowing your inner self, having them self-talks and things of that nature. So I want you to understand that, and the importance of having a healthy life, as well as having the healthy, creating a healthy boundaries for yourself. You must understand that you cannot think of what the next person is going to say. You cannot put yourself in these categories or have these thoughts of like, oh my gosh, I did this, now this person's going to hate me, XYZ. No, because you got to put yourself in a position where you're doing something that's right. You have been manifesting and praying for this for a good while. I don't want to say all your life, but you have been waiting for this moment, and you finally have this moment. So take this moment with a grain of salt and appreciate it and love on it, because you deserve it. And when you say no, that's a complete sentence. And if the next person or nobody, whoever it is, don't get with the program, forget them. Flick them off. Do whatever you gotta do, because this year is your winning season. You're taking control of what matters for you, my friend, okay? We're doing everything that is impacting us, okay? So saying no doesn't make you selfish at all. As well as protecting your time doesn't make you difficult. At times, we got to take back our power. We got to take back what's ours. We cannot let the naysayers, all these people get in our head. We got to take control of what is ours, especially time. Time is a terrible thing to waste. And you don't want to have anybody and everybody in your face, especially if they're not bringing anything to the table that's worth the time for you to even have discussions or do whatever the case may be. Okay? As well as managing your energy does not make you weak at all. It doesn't. You have to know, like my mother said to me, you got to know when to hold and fold them. When I was coming up, I didn't know what that mean. I just always was like, hold and fold them. Like you folding clothes. Like, what are you saying? Hold and fold them. Some things don't deserve your energy. Some things does not deserve your time. Especially, too, it doesn't bring any type of healthy positivity benefits for yourself, and it doesn't make your health it doesn't make your life healthier. So as I get older and now I'm in the working field and a professional with what I'm doing as a podcaster and stuff, yes, there are going to be people and things that are going to really hit you to the core. But you have to be able to know when to hold and fold them. You have to be able to know when you should be able to say something, when you should not be able to say something. How do you come off? How do you address it? The who, with, like the 5 W's really come into play for real. And trust me, my friends, once you do that, it don't make you a sucker. It don't. Because, sometimes when we stand on business, sometimes you don't have to give people the reaction that they want to get the satisfaction. Sometimes when you don't give them a reaction, it makes them even more mad. Because like, oh, now he, she, they ignore me. Yes, because I'm on this journey of having a healthy lifestyle. I'm not worried about what you got to do. I'm not worried about all the mess and stuff you trying to put in my life. No, that's not me. When you are in this moment right now in your life, we're focusing on a healthy boundary so it can equal to a healthy lifestyle, a healthy life. You know how they say happy life, happy wife, all them type of things. You want to have that, my friend. You want to be in total bliss because you deserve it, especially in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. This is very important to touch base on because we have to set the boundaries. Even at times, we have to set boundaries on people that we love, things we love, because you got to figure out what is going to impact me to have a healthy life. In order for you to have a healthy life, you got to set these healthy boundaries. And by setting these healthy boundaries, it's impacting you with popping out when you want to, taking control, but most importantly, being selfish to things that matter to you. Okay? So don't be afraid and feel like, oh, something's not right. It's okay, my friend. You learn as you go because, like I say, as you get older, everything changes. Your demeanor change, your taste change, certain things change. But think of it as changing for the better. It's not changing for the worse unless you allow it to change for the worse. Okay? Alrighty. So this week's challenge, I want you guys to ask yourself, where in my life do I need stronger boundaries? What part and what area in your life do you need stronger boundaries? Personal, professional, whatever the case may be. What area in your life do you need to work on having strong boundaries? Choose one area this week where you will intentionally protect your time, energy, or peace, whether it's saying no, limiting over commitments, like keep, trying to be there for everyone, but it's like, are you going to be there for yourself? Excuse me. Taking breaks is a very important thing. Trust me, y'all. Even when I was on break from school and stuff, I still was contacting my students. I still was letting them contact me and everything. But sometimes I had to be like, you know what? I can't talk to you right now. And it would hurt me because, like, dang, they probably really, really need me. But it's like, I have my own things going on too. And I always can't be there for you. But I love you dearly. I'm going to get back to you when I can. But I got to take them breaks. Even sometimes too, y'all, by me being home before, like, right now, I secured a job. I have secured a job. But right now, in the process of preparing for it, I need to get a peace of mind. I need to endure everything that's coming, as well as my body has to be prepared to get back into the routine of waking up every day and on time and getting back into just the things, okay? As well as prioritizing yourself. Choosing balance without guilt. We have to prioritize ourselves and things that matters for us and not for the worse. Because every boundary you set is an act of self-respect. Every boundary you set for yourself, you're setting self-respect for yourself as well as what you want the next person to do to you, have for you when you allow them to be in your life. I have it's like the pedestal you have for yourself, the boundaries and the reputation you set for yourself. You're not going to let just anybody and anything come in your life, especially if that's not what you're about. A lot of us are big on boundaries. We hold ourselves to a high pedestal, and that's fine. But we cannot and will not let others run over top of us and mess up the program. No, because that doesn't impact with the healthy boundaries, seeking a healthy life. So with that being said, y'all, please, 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 this week, do that, and use the hashtag #VibingWithEase to let me know how are you choosing healthy boundaries to equal a healthy lifestyle for you. Well, it's a healthy life, y'all, but we're going to say healthy lifestyle because it's a thing. It's in the culture. It's needed. It's important. You deserve it. You don't let nobody try to tell you you don't. Okay? Alrighty, guys, as always, vibing out with gas. Hold on, y'all, because if you want to know something a little bit funny, y'all. As y'all can see, I have my glasses on. If you are watching on the YouTube, I was afraid to keep them on this long because I'd be like, look, still getting adjusted to these, y'all. I think I have my glasses now for a month, and it should make 2 months. Thursday. I think Thursday it makes 2 months. I'm not sure, y'all. I gotta double check. So I'm still learning to be comfortable wearing them in front of a camera for this long, as well as with the lights and stuff. Because as you see, I was wiping my glasses off. They get a little bit dirty, a little bit too fast, and all this stuff. So yeah. So sometimes you might see me take them off, whatever the case may be. But let's just enjoy me wearing these Ray-Bans. But nevertheless, y'all, yes, vibing out with guests. Let's get back on to the program. Vibing out with guests. We are still accepting bookings. We're still accepting you guys to book your session. I have one session booked so far for the month of May, and I cannot wait to get back into the habit of vibing out with guests because, like I say, your stories matter. You never know. I tell my guests all the time that comes on to vibing out with guests. And once again, I appreciate you all so very much for the guest that has been on there, came back multiple times, to the listeners, everything. I tell them all the time. You don't know how much oath and strength, integrity, grace, elegance you have because it takes a strong person to sit in front of a camera, in front of a mic. You don't even know how many people are listening to you or watching you to be confident enough to speak on very, very vulnerable points in your life, especially impacting something that you are so strong caring for. It takes a lot out of a person to do that. And I thank you all so very much because you never know how much of an impact you're putting onto someone. You never know how much of an impact your story can help the next person, and so on and so on. Because vibing out with guests continues to be a space for honest conversations, for us to reflect, heal, and grow from each other. And just listen and to be involved because every story matters. Every story has so many unique talents and narrators in it. It's just amazing. So yeah, as well as see within the month of mental health awareness, mental wellness journeys deserve safe spaces and meaningful conversations. In honor of mental health awareness month, again, I really hope that we'll have more. And if not, next month June is men's mental health awareness, so hopefully that'll be a good one again. I think I'm gonna keep that series going, guys, because that went bananas last year, like really went bananas. Shout out to all the guys that was able to come on and talk about their mental health as well, because it takes a lot out of a man to even sit in front of a camera or a microphone to just talk about their mental health, because you don't hear a lot of men talk about their mental health, especially a black man. Okay, so thank you once again. So, yes, if you have been thinking about bringing your experiences, your growth with stories to vibing out with guests, this is your reminder to come on through because your voice matters, my friend. And I cannot wait to vibe out with you. All right, so stay tuned for upcoming guest conversations. We have one so far in May, and that one will be posted in June. You know how that, every Friday, you know how that goes, guys. So, yes, I cannot wait. And the quote of the week is: every time you say no to what drains you, you say yes to what you protect. Okay? Please stay connected on Instagram at vibing.with.e and use the hashtag on how are you protecting your peace this week? How are you protecting your peace this week? Okay? Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Clock it. All right, guys, let's get into it. Vibing with E, weekly vibe check where meaningful conversations meet growth and real life connections. On this Wednesday, May 13, 2026, we are at 155 episodes. And today's vibe of the day is healthy boundaries equal a healthy life. Now, like I said, this is very important because as we are in Mental Health Awareness Month, this is very important to dive a little bit more on understanding that in order for you to have a healthy life, you got to set these healthy boundaries so that you can live and walk on sunshine because you deserve it, my friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend too. If you feel like something's not working in your life, this is why. We have to be mindful of the boundaries that we're setting for our life so we can have the lifestyle that we have. We are a reflection of ourselves. We are a reflection of our actions, words, things like that. Actions speak louder than words. If we're not standing on business, then we're not really doing what we say we're going to do. As well as, too, if we're not being selfish when we need to be selfish, what are we doing? If we're not taking control, that's the big one. If you're not taking control of what matters to you, it's like you're not setting the boundaries for yourself to have the lifestyle that you have. And my friend, you deserve it. Your friend, my friend, whatever, we all deserve it. So keep this in mind that in order for you to have a healthy lifestyle, to have a healthy lifestyle, you have to have healthy boundaries. Period. You got to say no. Sometimes you don't want to say it, but we have to. Especially if in our gut is telling us, in your intuition, all that. Some people say they third eye, the voice in their head, whatever. If something's giving you a sign saying, look, you need to say no, say no. And no is a complete sentence. Yes and no is complete sentences. Open-ended questions. Yes or no. And don't go any further. If they don't get it, they don't get it. If they do, then they do. Okay? Okay, guys. So this week's episode focusing on learning how to say no, protecting your energy, and managing your time without guilt. Many people, like I mentioned, we fail to realize that at times we have to put ourselves first. We have to put ourselves first before we can even go out there and be the superheroes, the hustlers, and all these things that we want to do for people. Impacting, once again, healthy boundaries equals a healthy lifestyle. We have to be able to make sure that we're secure first before anything. Once again, many people struggle with boundaries because they feel like they're disappointing others, but you're not. Because when you're protecting your peace, it's necessary for your emotional, physical, mental, spiritual wellness, even financial stability. Y'all might be thinking, how is that? Oh, trust me, especially finance. That's the big one now. How times are going right now for us. Sometimes you be like, I'm not going outside. Shoot, if I know I got to pay this bill, or I know I just paid my bills, I'm enjoying what I got right here. Or we're going to just make something shake, or I'm going to just see you another time. It's okay. And this is the thing, too, I want people to know. Once you say no to something, you don't have to give an explanation. Because I'm going to let you know something. Me, sometimes I don't say nothing at all. It's like, you want them to read the room, but sometimes that doesn't create a healthy boundary for yourself, because it don't create a healthy lifestyle, because people are going to come back and be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing these things like that? So we're not going to do that. So just say yes or no, and don't give an explanation. If you don't have to give an explanation for more details. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, then they don't get it. And that's it. Okay? So, in this episode, we're going to cover understanding what healthy boundaries really mean, why saying no is important for your mental wellness, protecting your time and emotional energy, realizing signs of emotionally burnt out, and creating healthier relationships through balance. Okay, so this episode is a reminder that protecting your peace is a part of protecting your health. So I'm glad that you guys are tuned in for this lovely, lovely vibe of the day, because within this episode, we're going to deep dive to, and for you and telling your friend and a friend of a friend and everyone else to understand that for a grounding and empowering conversation, you're in for a treat for a growing and empowering conversation designed to help you, your friends, or whomever the case may be, create healthier boundaries and are stronger and have stronger boundaries set, as well as having the balance in life. Okay, guys. So without further ado, if you're new here, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. For the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, y'all already know what's about to go on. I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy watching my voice or seeing me on YouTube. If you want to go, moving around, chilling out, whatever the case may be, please, I'm not begging you, I'm telling you, please turn me up on your PCs, your speakers, TV screens, iPads, phones, tablets, Alexas, Google Dots, all those things, because as always, every vibe of the day is something special. Okay? So let's break it down again for you guys, how this goes over here in Vibing with E. First, we say it again. We say, what is the vibe of the day? We break it down into the definition first to help you get a little bit understanding. With me, I look up some information, and whatever I look up, I put it in my own words and break it down to the definition, the 5 W's, repeat the quote of the week, and I end things off with thank you for vibing in with me to help you get a little sense of the vibe even more, but also thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen or to watch me. Okay? All right, guys. So we're going to say it again. We have reached 155 episodes. Today's vibe of the day is healthy boundaries equals healthy life/lifestyle. Okay? Alrighty. So the definition. What do healthy boundaries really mean? So before we get into it, I'd like to have you guys think about it for a moment while I'm chatting over top of it to get you guys to get in the groove of understanding what's going on. Also, too, if you're new here, everything over here vibing with E is raw and uncut, and it's the truth. We speak nothing but the truth. We speak highly of the truth, raw and uncut. And yes, I'm going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. We learn from those mistakes, and I learned from mine. And I just stand tall and firm on what I believe, and that is being as real as you can get. And even at times, y'all, it does get a little crazy because sometimes I might slip up and say a few cuss words, but it's okay because the whole purpose of vibing with E as well as vibe out with guests both series is we're having a conversation with each other, even if we're not even in the same room and we're not close to each other. It's like you're having a conversation with me on the phone, or we're on FaceTime, and we're having these deep conversations that we might not really take initiative or take heed of really talking about, or we never thought of talking about. Like, who really thought of healthy boundaries equal to a healthy lifestyle? We always talk about boundaries that we have, but are they healthy though? We always talk about this lifestyle that we want, but is it a healthy lifestyle? Okay, because that also adds up to what does a healthy boundaries really mean. And for me, before we deep into it, what's right here on my screen is understanding that once you create these healthy boundaries to yourself, things are limited to what you condone and what you don't condone. Certain things in life you just cannot do no more. Like when you were younger as a child and stuff, certain things people can do and get away with. Now you're put a cap on it, like you cannot do this to me no more. Especially in your professional and their personal life. Certain things and certain people just can't fly no more, especially when you had enough. When you come to that breaking point, it's like, okay, I need to set the boundaries for what I want, what I don't want, how I want to be treated, how I don't want to be treated, respectfully, all those things. So I want you guys to understand that whatever you think is your healthy boundaries, what it means for you, I'm here for it. And I'm going to be here to respect it and vice versa. Because over here at Vibe with E, once again, it's raw and uncut content. But I'm learning with you guys as well as you're learning. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm the teacher, y'all the students, vice versa. I'm the student, y'all the teacher. It is what it is. Okay? So I want you guys to keep in mind that it's okay. It is okay not to be okay. Like, right now with everything going on in our lives and stuff like that, it's okay not to be okay. I get it. And I've been vulnerable on here and letting you guys know, like, sometimes I just be over it. And today I feel lovely, even though my eyes are killing me with this light. And if you see me close my eyes sometimes because it's just a little bit too much. But we're getting it together. We're going to get it together. And I'm going to still give y'all a good show. I'm going to still give you a good episode. Matter of fact, we're going to have a good conversation. I don't like saying show because I am real big on a convo. I love a good convo. Okay, a good nasty raw and uncut combo. When I say nasty, meaning that it's raw and uncut and we're saying things truthfully and not holding anything back. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. What do healthy boundaries really mean? Like, what does healthy boundaries really mean? Well, healthy boundaries are limits and standards we set to protect our mental, emotional, and personal well-being. Boundaries help define what we are comfortable with, what we need, and how we expect to be treated by others. Setting healthy boundaries, is about is not about pushing people away. For one, that's not it. It's about creating balance, respect, and emotional safety in a relationship in daily lives. Healthy boundaries also involves learning ways to say no, protecting your time, and managing your energy wisely. Without boundaries, people often become overwhelmed, emotionally drained, or restless, because they consistently give more than they can take and handle. Boundaries help people maintain peace while still showing care and compassion towards others. A healthy lifestyle requires healthy limits. So moral of the story is this, my friend. What does healthy boundaries really mean? Most importantly is, in order for us to live this healthy lifestyle, we have to create a healthy limits to ourselves, impacting boundaries, what we can take, what we're not going to take, what we expect, what we don't expect, personal, professional, lives, etc. Especially too when we are in the state of understanding what does healthy boundaries really mean. Most importantly, first and foremost too, is our limits and standards that we set to protect our mental, emotional, physical, and personal well-being. If we know for a fact that this person, place, or thing is not good for our health, cut it. We got to cut it out. And don't feel ashamed about it, because some people may think, oh, you're doing too much, you're putting too much into pressure. No one knows the backstory of why you set the boundaries you set for yourself. And they don't need to. Some people are brave enough, like me, to come on platforms and speak on, as well as the guests, to speak about these topics that they've gone through, because you never know who's going through the same thing. You never know. And people fail to realize not only are people coming up here to talk about vulnerable moments in their life, they're also helping the next person in so many shape or form. I always say, if I cannot help a handful of people, as long as I know I can help someone. Especially on my podcast, I used to say that every time when I started. It's like, it could be a whole lot of people listening to me, and I might not be able to help everyone, but as long as I know for sure I can help someone, I feel like I've done my job, because we all need someone, especially impacting this healthy boundary equal to a healthy life and lifestyle we have in mind. Certain people and certain things don't need our energy no more, and it doesn't impact with good. We have to protect our energy at all costs. We have to take control, pop out, and most importantly, be selfish when it's necessary. Going back to healthy boundaries, our limits and standards we set to protect our mental. I'm not letting nothing or no one get to me no more. I'm not letting them text messages, them phone calls, them emails that sound like is not where I need to be mess up my day. I don't care if I wake up in the morning, middle of the night, and I see it. It is what it is, because I don't have to answer it. You don't have to answer those people and things. You are able to leave them alone. Let it sit right there. Let the phone ring all day long until you're able to see if somebody really cares. To see if somebody not really just care, but get the drift. Like, don't you get the hint? Like, aren't you tired of keep doing this to me? Like, hello, get the hint that I'm not in the mood right now. Because right now I'm setting this healthy boundary for me to be set. For me to be walking on sunshine. I don't want to keep going back and forth with you. I'm not fighting with you no more. That goes for family, friends, associates, lovers, all that stuff. Don't let nothing or no one try to tear you down, because we're in this area of healthy boundaries, so you can have a healthy lifestyle. And in order for it to do that, one thing I'm really big on, and I didn't mention on here, but we fail to realize too, when it comes to us having this healthy lifestyle and these healthy boundaries, live in the moment. Cherish these moments. If you're feeling happy, be happy. I want you to be grateful. Be blessed, be honored to get this way, because no one knows how hard it was for you to see happy days. And when you put this situation called this big human adult decision out on the line of setting these healthy boundaries for yourself to have a healthy lifestyle, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be in the ambiance of grace, elegance. You deserve all that. As well as to achieve your emotions. Yes, we be emotional. Look at me. Sometimes I can't stop crying. Like, even what Carl Thomas said too, like, sometimes he can't stop crying. And that's okay, because we have these emotions, and we cannot let our emotions take the best of us too. We cannot let our emotions take away from what really matters. As well as we cannot have our emotions, how I want to put it, we cannot have our emotions take the best of it. We most importantly need to live in these emotions. Once again, we need to live in the moment, but don't have it dragged on for days and weeks, because it's going to be hard for you to even live in the moment of understanding what does it mean to have these healthy emotions. As well as to physically, we have to make sure that, regardless of us making sure that we're mentally and emotionally sustained and put together, we have to make sure that physically we are, from the outside and the inside. Let me tell y'all something. Last week or two, like 2 weeks ago, no, last week, because the first week of May started on a Friday. I had appointments back to back. I wasn't playing. I have a tear in my back, y'all. I never thought I would have to experience something like that in my life, and me being 20 something years old. But when you feel as though something's not right, get it done right away. I don't care how big or small that pain be. You better catch it while you feel it, because if you don't, it's gonna get even worse. And I found a good little 3-inch tear in my back, y'all. And let me tell you this: physically can always, not always, but physically, things and emotions that we go through can also put a lot of frustrations on having a healthy boundary and a healthy life. Because if we're not making sure that we're sustained in our life, and our lungs and everything is put together, we're not going to be able to stand on the business that we have for each other. We're going to let people run over top of us if we don't be Y'all, my nose is itching so bad. I think because of this nose ring I got on. But if we're not making sure that we're physically good inside and out, it's like, are we standing on boundaries for ourselves, as well as making sure that we're living this healthy lifestyle? Think about it for a minute. As well as our personal well-being. We know what we need. I'm not going to neglect those things, because if I do that, I'm not setting a healthy boundaries for me to have this healthy lifestyle. Okay. Boundaries, most importantly, it helps us to find that we are comfortable with what we need and how we expect others to treat us. If I treat you with calm and courtesy and all this love and rainbows and hearts and all this stuff, I expect you to do the same thing. Even if you don't go beyond for me, give me the same thing. Give me the same thing. What I need is peace. And in order for you to do that with the boundaries, you need to tell people at times, or they need to know, like, look, right now it ain't it. You're going to have to figure something out. Or what's another one? What's another one with the needs? Needs are stronger than your wants. As well as when you're having this healthy boundaries and equal up to a healthy lifestyle, your needs are stronger than your wants, because your needs are going to stay for a good period of time, and your wants are going to stay but fade away. It's like motivation and discipline. The motivation is the need. The motivation is the want. The discipline is the need. You need to make sure that while you're on this journey, that you are having these healthy lifestyles, these healthy boundaries, so it can equal to this healthy lifestyle that you want. We have to make sure that we're putting in work and keep going and keep going. I understand it's like, why? Like, I feel like just saying this over and over again. It kind of do. But every lesson involved in a day is different. You can say the same things over and over again, but it's how you're going to understand what is being put out. Because healthy boundaries also involves with us learning when to say no. Like I said, you say no when you don't feel like it. If your third eye, the whatever intuition is telling you, no, hell no, damn that, whatever the case may be, say it respectfully. But if it gets a little disrespectful, you know how to handle it. We're all grown here. We know how to handle it. As well as to protecting our time. You have to protect your time, because time is a terrible thing to waste. It's 24 hours in a day. I'm not letting nothing or no one waste my time if it doesn't make sense to me. Like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You gotta let people know right then and there that I'm not finna keep going back and forth with you. I'm not finna keep going back and forth for things that don't make sense, as well as wasting my time sitting here not doing nothing, or not really just not fulfilling to what my lifestyle needs, especially since you had enough. This when the boundaries come into play. Say, you know what? You got it. This got it. She got it. He got it. I'm done. We be like, I'm done. And it's okay. That's when, I need a 360. Rewind, a new turnover. And don't be ashamed and afraid, because at times, like I said last week with, the resetting for a new month, sometimes we have to reset in the midst of us on this mission, on this journey, in this chapter, this lifestyle, whatever in our life. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid, because we all go through it. In order for us to have a healthy lifestyle, with the health, for us to set these healthy boundaries, for us to have a healthy lifestyle, sometimes we got to take things out, add things in, twist things around, speed it up, decrease it, whatever, to make sure that we are where we need to be. And it's okay to start over. You have to do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. And don't let nothing or no one stop you. Because they don't know how hard it was for you to get where you are. Okay, so let them naysayers hate. That's what they're gonna do. But we're not worried about them. They can kick dust. They can kick rocks. Oh, excuse me. Y'all said kick dust. It's kick rocks. They can kick rocks. Okay? So next, now let's get into the nitty gritty. Who is impacted? Who needs this message the most when it comes to understanding healthy boundaries equals a healthy life? Anyone that is, first and foremost, stuck or intransitive, whatever is going on with their life, this is for you. This message is for anyone who struggles with saying no, commitments themselves, or constantly feels emotionally exhausted. It is especially important for people pleasers, caregivers, students, professionals, and anyone who feels responsible for keeping everyone else happy. Many individuals feel guilty when setting boundaries because they fear disappointing others or being misunderstood, having those misunderstandings and things of that nature. This message reminds people that protecting their time and energy is necessary. It's not selfish. Anyone who feels overwhelmed, stressed, shredded thin, as well as or maybe emotionally drained, down and out, can benefit from learning how to establish healthy boundaries. First and foremost, let's touch base on saying no. My friend, I will say this for the females, and it doesn't go for all females. Some females, we don't like to hear the word no, especially when it's something that you're eager, been having your mind set on. You had this set, like, what you mean no? What do you mean no? It's like rejection. Like I told y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all again, for the ones that are new here. I learned rejection, the hardest rejection I received was not from a dude. It was from a job. Some people be like, rejection, I can't take it from a guy, from a woman, them, that. Well, Sway. I'm like, well, they're going to come and go. They come and go. But a job in your field, a school, or something impacting what you want to do for your personal, and it's going to impact your professional career, oh, that hurts to the core. And getting those emails and phone calls saying no and all those things like that, oh, it hurts to the core. But I had to learn that you're not going to always have your way. You're not going to always have your way. As well as, too, when it comes to people are not always going to have their way with you. Sometimes we have to say, you know what? If you're not in the mood to see your mama, your sister, your brother, your father, your grandma, your grandpa, your best friend, your lover, whatever, right now, say no. Be like, you know what? Not right now. No, I'm good. Whatever. Stand tall on saying no. Because if you're always being a people pleaser, you got to think the inside looking in. Are they going to do the same shit for me? Sometimes I felt like I was a people pleaser for some people. Until I had to think real long and hard and sit back and be like, let's cut the shit. Like, for real, let's cut the shit. You're always there for this person. Are they there for you when you got stuff going on? No. I had to. When I started college, y'all, Morgan at that, because the pandemic and stuff lifted up, I had to set some big old boundaries for myself for me to have a healthy lifestyle. Not only because I just transferred from one university to another, not because it was an HBCU another. I was going to school at the time for a BSW, Bachelor's for Social Work. I'm going to be working with people. Children, elderly, adults, whoever. I'm working with people, period. If I had a long day at work, if you have a long day at work, whatever, or school, whatever the case may be, all you want to do is go to hell home. All you want to do is, if you have to run errands, get that out the way and go to hell home, take a bath, take a shower, eat, get yourself together for the next day. You don't want to go out and dirty wine and two-step and drink tequila and lemon drop. You don't want to do that. It sounds good, but you got to think, what's important? Me preparing for my life or to keep partying when those places are going to stay there? Sometimes you have to put things in your life that matters first and things that don't really make sense, like create these healthy boundaries. Saying no to something that you know for a fact is going to help you in the long run, do not feel ashamed about it. I had to say no to certain things in life because if it don't make dollars, it didn't make sense. If it didn't impact with anything very important that I'm honored to share with someone, I'm not doing that. For example, graduation. My sister graduates, y'all, from 12th grade. From high school. I'm going to be there. I'm not taking off just for the fun of it. No, I'm taking off because this is a achievement, a blessing, a celebration of honoring my sister being able to pass to get to 12th grade. It's hard as hell to go to school, especially from elementary all the way up if you go to college and many other colleges, trade programs, all that. So if you're on this mission to success, my friend, don't let nothing or no one try to steer you to the wrong direction. Don't let no one try to tell you that your healthy boundaries for you to have this healthy lifestyle is bull, because it's not. It's going to help out in the end. As well as, too, we got to stop overcommitting ourselves to things and people that don't make sense. As well as if it's not really needing for us to be there. For example, I used to overcommit to things because when you're going through things or something, you want to stay busy. You don't want to sit and live in those feelings. My friend, if you're going through something in your life, regardless of the thing may be, I want you to sit in the emotion. Like I said, for you to have a healthy boundaries and a lifestyle for yourself, you have to know these emotions. You have to see how does make you feel, why does it make you feel this way, and etc. I used to be a person that overcommitted myself to things just so I wouldn't feel the urge of having frustration. I was always the one to be like, you know what? I'm going through a hard time. You know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna get this money one day, one way at a time, one day and one way at a time. When I was working 2 jobs and going to school and still being able to record by with eat. Now that I got older and I'm in the world of a social worker and podcasting, things like that, I had to say no. Boundaries is a very big thing you have to set for yourself, as well as limiting things for people and the things that don't really to fulfill you anymore. I cannot go back to putting all that on my plate. I can't. Because if I do that, something is going to get half-assed. I'm sorry, something's going to be half-assed. And it ain't going to be something that is packed with me and have my name on the line. Now, if it's packed with me with somebody else and partner with that, then yeah, we going to half-ass it. I'm just being for real. I'm just being honest. Because I had those moments going to school, working 2 jobs, having a podcast, even helping people on the side with their homework and stuff. It's exhausting. And then when it's time for you to get to your stuff, it's like, one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, I didn't procrastinate. But sometimes I felt like if I catch myself in the moment writing, like when I speak to, it's ass. Oh no, the tempo got to be switched right away, because that's not me, and that's not the type of work and energy and vibe that I give. So sometimes, y'all, yes, it might sound like I'm down out because something may be going on, but I guarantee you this: that ain't going to happen for long, because you catch yourself in the moment. It's common to have writer's block and be stuck on words and stuff like that. You don't know what to say, but when you're like, okay, hold up. I ain't gonna let this happen. This ain't gonna happen. We're not gonna let this. Nope. That's helping you understand the healthy boundaries that you have for yourself. And you're considering your feelings and not overcommitting things to things that don't make no sense to you. As well as, too, When you constantly feel emotionally exhausted, it's because when you put so much on your plate, you're not setting the healthy boundaries and lifestyle for yourself. You got to cut those things out. So if you're going through these things, people pleasing, I don't care if you're a caregiver, a student, a parent, professional, a boss, a superhero, hustler, whatever. This is for you. To keep in mind that protecting your feelings is key. It don't make you less of a person. It's needed. It's a part of life. As well as understanding that your energy is required for things that you want it to be required for. It's not being selfish. It's just being realistic. I'm not the type of person to go out to the club, so why would I put my energy into going out to the club every week? Think. For you to have these healthy boundaries to equal a healthy lifestyle, you got to sit down and see what the hell makes sense and what the hell doesn't make sense. Okay? Next, what is the benefit? What is the benefit of healthy boundaries equaling a healthy lifestyle? And what happens when we set these healthy boundaries? Well, let's get into it. When you set healthy boundaries, you create more balance and stability in your life. Hello? We just talked about this. Yeah. You begin protecting your mental and emotional energy instead of consistently feeling drained, down and out. Healthy boundaries reduce stress, burnout, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. Boundaries also improve relationships because they create clear communication and healthier expectations. Instead of feeling pressure to say yes to everything, you become more intent with your time and your commitment. This allows you to show up more fully in the areas that truly matter. Most importantly, healthy boundaries include self-respect. You begin valuing your needs, your peace, and your well-being instead of constantly satisfying them for others. All right, boom. That's what I want to talk about. We cutting all that pleasing the next man. I'm not pleasing nobody that ain't pleasing me. I have to please myself before I even be able to say, look, I'm going to help you. And when I say please myself, meaning that I have to make sure that I'm taking my time back. Everything I used to do for this person, that person, I need to find that peace of mind for myself. I gotta control. I gotta take matters into my own hands. I gotta protect my energy. I gotta make sure I'm mentally and emotionally stable. Finding a peace of mind, making sure I have healthy boundaries equal to a healthy lifestyle. I'm taking back what's mine. I don't care how big or small it is. I'm taking back what's mine. My friend, you're taking back what's yours. While we're in this space of having this healthy boundary to equal a healthy life or a healthy lifestyle, we have to make sure that we're taking back what's ours. We're taking back what's ours, as well as to understanding what is for us and what's not for us. Certain things just don't matter. It don't matter no more to us like it used to be. Like always being the yes man. Sometimes the yes man has to say no, man. We have to say no. You have to say no. Your friend, their friend, whatever, we have to say no because we're taking back of our power. We can't people please people no more because this is what I have learned. You got to put yourself in a situation where, okay, when you're always the go-to person and when you have shit going on, who is going to be there for you? Who can you run to? Who? Sometimes you got to think. For me to have this healthy boundary and lifestyle in my life, whatever case may be, certain people cannot be on this journey with you. When you are in this space right now of having a healthy boundaries to equal to a healthy life, lifestyle, etc., you got to really understand that you're taking back what belongs to you, analyzing who's for you, what's not for you, but most importantly, understanding that your mental health matters. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, well-being, all those areas of your life matters. Don't let nothing or no one take it for granted. But most importantly, you have to stand on that. You got to take control. You got to stand on business. You got to be selfish, pop out when it's necessary, and most importantly, live in the moment. If you're going through these emotional stages of your life, that's okay. But I want you to live in it instead of putting all this overload commitment on yourself, because that's not you being able to allow yourself to feel this, to learn from it. Because sometimes we set the boundaries for ourselves and we sort of slip, but that's okay because we're learning. And sometimes we might got to start over these healthy boundaries so our life can be where it's at. It's okay, my friend. But I want you to understand that if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling down and out, all those things, I want you to keep in mind that You are important. You deserve all these defining things in life. You deserve nothing but peace and clarity and tranquility, as well as you deserve to be in a space where you have been manifesting and dreaming of. Because you know why? Healthy boundaries increase the self-respect that you have for yourself. Everything involving self, having that mirror conversation with yourself and things like that, it's needed. Don't take it for granted, because sometimes we are our own best friend and we are our own biggest critic. That's why it's important we have to understand that in order for us to get to where we want to be in life, mentally, physically, emotionally, to be right, we got to set these healthy boundaries. We have to set the healthy boundaries for us to have a healthy lifestyle. Once again, most importantly, healthy boundaries increases self-respect. You begin you begin valuing your needs, your peace, and your well-being instead of consistently satisfying them for others. You're taking control of what matters to you, being selfish and popping out when it's necessary. So yes, we do have moments in our life where we slack. It's okay. Start over, dust yourself off and try again. But I want you to understand that you have to be there for yourself as much as you was there for them people. By you being a superhero, the role model, the hustler, all these things for people, the ambitious person, now shift gears and put all that energy into you. It may sound funny and it may feel funny, but you got to think, hey, I'm out here dropping all these jewels, but I need to listen to myself, as well as I need to put this in for myself. Yes, it's going to hurt in the midst of it. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel icky. Trust me, my friend, I've been through it. Starting vibing with E was not easy at all once it got to the serious nitty gritty part, because it was just for fun in the beginning. But once I fell in love with understanding the importance of mental health within social work and things of that nature, empathy and compassion, social justice, dignity and respect of a person, all these things, I had to make sure that not only if I'm giving that out to the world, but pouring it back to myself 5-10 times harder, because I need that too for myself. I need that stability for myself. And if I don't have it, then I'm a fake, I'm a phony. It's like, girl, who are you? You know? So yes, my friend, take it one day at a time. You got this. And you're going to benefit so much from this, because when you set these healthy boundaries for yourself, you're setting the tempo, the template for you to have this healthy lifestyle, this lovely lifestyle that you want for yourself. Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan told y'all how y'all want this, how they want to, the top of the bottom, all that for their lifestyle. Think of it as that for yourself, my friend, because you can do this. You got this. I'm here for you. I'm cheering you on as you go. No one knows how hard it is for you to get to these points and even sit and have these conversations with yourself in the mirror. So do it. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop. Okay? We almost there, y'all. When should someone practice setting boundaries? If an area in your life may feel like you're not standing 10 toes, it should be helpful to practice setting boundaries when you consistently feel overwhelmed or emotionally drained. When you are constantly not happy, meaning to keep going, it's not going to stop until you make it stop. If you constantly feel down and out, it's like once you're down and out, it's like once you're at the bottom, all you want to go is get to the top. Bad days, bad times, bad days don't last forever. They don't. They're for the moment. It's a moment thing. We all go through it. Trust me, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I had my down and out moments. I did. And I still made a way to live in those moments, but also find the good in it. Find the healthy boundaries that I have for myself, as well as having a healthy life. Yes, in the process of having a healthy life, you're going to have some frustrational moments, but you have to keep in mind that you got to see the good within the bad. You got to find a win every day. Even if it's big or small, you feel like you didn't have a win of the day. You woke up. If you feel like the day was a shit show and all these things, my friend, you woke up though. You woke up and you maybe sat in those feelings. Okay? You struggle to say no without guilt. Woo, child, I gotta scratch my head on this one, because I was once the same way too. I used to hesitate to say no to people I love and care about, because I feel like if I said no, I feel guilty about it, and then they might say things about me and then try to make a mock out of me, make me a flunky and all this. But then I had to think, once they started, no, not once, when they were doing that to me, it hurt me. But I had to think, you can't be there for everyone. You can't be there for everyone. You can't be there for everything and everyone. Sometimes some things are meant for you not to be there. Sometimes it's not meant for you to be in the moment of that. So if you know a friend or have a friend that's going through this moment of having a hard time to say no, I want them to really think and analyze on the times where someone they love and dear for said no to them and it hurted them. And that's okay. But understand too, trust their feelings. If you're tired, you're burnt out, you're exhausted, whatever the case may be, or you're in a good mood and you just don't want to do it, it's okay. We're human. We're not going to always be there for everyone. We have to be there for ourselves first before we be there for anyone else. Trust me. For example, I love my siblings dearly. However, sometimes I got to show up for me first before I can show up for them, as well as to help them navigate and understand that, yes, having a heart of gold, being helpful, and all these things in life is wonderful. But if you don't display that for yourself, it's going to feel weird. You're not going to be able to embrace in this because you're always there. And when you are really burned out, you're still showing up. No. Say no. Sometimes you don't want to say no. Brent told us, Brent Fire said sometimes don't say no. But my friend, if that gut feeling, that voice in your head, that third eye, whatever intuition y'all got, is telling you no, hell no, damn it, all that, do it. Because I feel like if we go against the grain of our intentions, oh, something's going to happen. That's how super suspicious I am. I don't play them games. If I know for a fact that little voice in my head and my feeling, my body language is like, hell no. And I come out and say, yes, oh, you're fake and you're a phony. We're not doing that. So if you don't feel guilty, don't feel guilty. It's okay because sometimes it's not for you. It's not meant for you. We can't always be there for people. We cannot always be able to do things even though we want to. But it's like sometimes, I gotta set the boundaries in my life. I can't always be there for you if I'm not there for me. Exactly. You feel pressured to meet everyone else's expectations. Don't listen to the naysayers. Once again, we're having a real life conversation, and I'm very bold and comfortable with saying these things because I've been through it. I used to be like that. Everybody's expectations. Oh, you should have went to Howard. Oh, you should have been a lawyer. You should have been a nurse. Why are you doing this? First of all, damn it, this ain't about you. This is about me. I don't care what you say. Because if I would have allowed, not even just me, I know some of you guys out there saying, same here. If you or an I would have allowed the naysayers to control our life, we wouldn't know what the hell is a healthy lifestyle and what is the point of having healthy boundaries is. If you know someone, a friend of a friend or whatever going through this, tell them right now. I'm going to hold your hand real, real tight when I say this. You're doing their work. You're not being who you're called to be. If you want to be an artist, do that. You want to be in the music business, do that. You want to be a director, you want to be a nurse, a lawyer, a social worker, a doctor, computer science, a nail tech, whatever. Do it for you. I don't give a damn who say that don't make no money, that's a hobby. Who cares? Because you gotta look at them people too. I'll never forget when I was applying for college. A lot of colleges, most of the colleges that I applied for gave me scholarships and I got a full ride. In other schools I didn't really want to apply for, but I did it just to see, just why not do it for the fun of it. They even accepted me. I'll never forget I put on there, y'all, my decision day. Most of the schools I didn't put because they're the ones I didn't really want nobody really know. I put the ones on there that I was stuck between. People were telling me, why you didn't go to Bowie? Why you didn't go to Howard? Why you didn't go to Harvard? Are you paying? Then I have to sit back to you. This is not a shot or nothing negative to no one. But you gotta sit back too and think, did you go to school? Do I talk to you on a daily? You are an outsider. You're not going to tell me what I can and cannot do in my life. Why are you not going out of town? If you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And the healthy boundary I created that day, y'all, for a healthy life for me is that I let my parents know and let them deal with that. But to myself, I said, I made a real strong commitment to go to college right after high school, especially during the pandemic. That takes a lot out of a person to do, especially at a young age. So stop pleasing these naysayers, my friend. When you feel like you gotta meet the social standard, no, I like to be different. I like to stand out of the crowd. Because if you're in the same category and box as people, you're not gonna see who's different. I like to see difference. I like to be around different people. I like to have different friends. I want different friends. Give me a lawyer friend. Give me a doctor. Give me a nurse friend. Give me a rapper friend. Give me a model. Give me a ballerina friend. I want all that. For me to have a healthy life and for me to understand the healthy boundaries too, that I'm able to have these people in my life. And I'm not going to judge them and they ain't going to judge me. And if so, that we have to just put the boundaries on the floor like, look, you're not going to disrespect me because I don't even disrespect myself. Okay? As well as two, you notice resentment building in relationships. I don't mean to laugh, y'all, but I do have to laugh. When you see the signs of jealousy in the air, Drake told y'all, jealousy in the air tonight, I could tell. That line sticks to me a lot. As I got older too, I don't like bragging. Most of the time, I don't even like telling people know that, yes, I went to school. Hell, a lot of people didn't even know I was in school for my master's. That's how bad it was. And it wasn't just because I didn't want to hear people say it. It's because I don't want to keep broadcasting and shoot. You're going to see this grad picture. You're going to see these certificates, this degree. You're going to see that when I'm ready to give it to you, right? When it's ready to put out there in the world. When you see resentment, when people think that you are getting one up on them or they're jealous, all this negative stuff, negative Nancy stuff, instead of being positive. Family, friends, associates, all that. My friend right here, right now, I tell you right now, set the boundary of being around people that's going to applaud for you and they're not going to stop. And vice versa. I'm that friend that's going to give you your flowers every time I see you because no one knows how hard it was for you to get this way. Get to this point. No one knows the conversations that we had when you vented to me about this and that and vice versa. I wouldn't dare look down on you. Even if I'm mad, I'm not going to slip out and say, it took you this long, though. You just now getting out of this. No. What type of person does that make me? That makes me a person that's relentless and very nasty and negative. If you know someone or you're going through this things like that, let them know right now, my friend. Them people are not good for you. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, sister, brother, aunties, uncles, siblings. If they they feel like you are getting one up on them or you noticing things or not, deuces, because it's not impacting a healthy lifestyle for you to have these. It's not impacting your boundaries for your healthy lifestyle. As well as two, you feel like your time and energy is always being custom. Stop customizing your time and energy to things that don't make damn sense. I had to stop that. Right now, y'all, Bobby about to prepare to walk across the stage and prepare for the, working as a full-time employee now. In person though, instead of being hybrid and home-based type of stuff, I refuse to waste my time and energy that don't serve me a purpose from people, even myself. If I'm not creating these healthy boundaries for me with everything I got going on for me to have this healthy lifestyle, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm not doing the right thing. As well as lastly, you're prioritizing others while neglecting yourself. Stop all that people pleasing right here, right now, my friend. If you know someone or you're going through this people pleasing, tell a friend that tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that this is for them. You better stop right now. If he, she, they, them are not catering to you the way you cater to them, leave them alone. They're using you as their flunky. If they're not giving you the same respect in return, if they're not prioritizing the same energy you're giving out, Leave them alone. I had to learn that too. When you always there for them, the people pleasing, the go-to person, it's like, damn, I'm going through my own shit. And I don't feel comfortable talking to nobody because when you're always a go-to person, it's like, damn, I don't even feel comfortable telling you about my stuff. Boundaries are most effective when you practice consistently. Not only when you have already reached burnout. The moment you feel like, I don't care if you're in a good mood, you're in a bad mood, you alright, you cool, whatever. Something or someone is telling, that gut feeling or third eye, whatever is telling you, look, I'm done. I'm not waiting and waiting and waiting until they show their ass. No, I'm going to cut this shit right here, right now, because this is not impacting my life and this is not healthy for me. I'm not standing on my healthy boundaries and I'm not standing on having a healthy lifestyle if I'm allowing him or her and them and they to keep doing this to me. No, your boundaries are most effective when you practice this constantly. So my friends, practice constantly saying no. When you feel overwhelmed and drained, let it go and find something to make you happy. When you feel pressured to meet everyone's expectation, think to yourself, are they in your shoes? Do they know how hard it was for you to get to this point? Do they know the talent stuff you have? Do you even talk to these damn people every day? Hell no. When you notice resentment in building the relationship or in a relationship, if you feel something's off and it's not right, if you want to have the conversation, do so. Most of the time, the conversations are needed. But if you feel like, hell, this person don't want to talk to me and all that, see ya, put them deuces up. As well as you feel like your time and energy is not being prioritized the way it's supposed to be, and it's feeling custom, walk away from it. Put your 2 weeks notice in, do whatever the case may be to walk away, and don't have it come back in your life again. And lastly, when you're not prioritizing yourself while you're as well as you're prioritizing others and not yourself, meaning you're neglecting yourself. Oh, cut all ties with people that's not even asking you how you doing, and even ask you, are you okay? Cut them off. For you to have this healthy boundary to equal to a healthy life, my friend, you deserve to practice this, understanding that boundaries are most effective when you practice consistently on seeing what you can take, what you cannot take. Because not only when you already reach the burnout, don't do it when you reach the burnout, do it when you're having a good mood. It's like, I notice him, her, them, or they, have not been really rocking with me, or I feel like I'm always there for them. I gotta cut my ties. And once I cut my ties and you feel the less stress and nasty feelings, girl, my friend, boy, whoever, you're a whole different person. And don't feel ashamed about it because you deserve to be happy. Okay? We're almost there, y'all. So where does this show up most in life? Where does healthy boundaries for us to have a healthy lifestyle shows up the most? Healthy boundaries shows up in friendships and romantic relationships, family dynamics, work and school responsibilities, social commitments and obligations, time management and personal space, and lastly, emotional conversations and interactions. Boundaries influence how people treat you and how you protect your peace in everyday life, such as within your friendships and your romantic relationships. You set the boundaries and you say basically what you don't like and what you do like, your pros and cons, your icks. If they most definitely respect your icks, for sure, my friend, you got a good friend or you got a good partner on your hands. Because if they respect it, as well as they know for a fact, if you're out and somebody's trying to play with you, they're like, you're not going to play by mine. Because, we're not having that. As well as to your family dynamic. You got your blood family and your kinfolk. Sometimes your kinfolks are more comfortable and fuzzy than your blood family, or vice versa, however the case may be. Family will try you too, but you gotta see, you have some family members that are not even your family, but they feel like y'all been family, like y'all been in each other's lives forever. It's like blood is, that water's thicker than blood and water, all that mess. Hey, if I consider you to my family, I don't care about the dynamic and all that. We're here. I love you. I respect you. And we're going to do this till the wheels fall off. As well as your work and school responsibilities. Once you create the healthy boundaries, as well as the staff and the classmates, whatever you have, they understand your boundaries and what's going on, as well as you respect them, their boundaries and stuff, you're in there. Everything's good. Your social commitment and your obligations. You're going to take what you can take, and if they don't respect it, then they're going to have to go. And whoever is there with you on this journey and respect it, you got a good friend in you, as well as your time management and personal space. Once you have endured and, mastered understanding what you can take and what's worth your time, what's not worth your time, and who you want in your personal space, what you don't want in your personal space, you are creating a healthy boundary for you to have a healthy lifestyle. As well as, lastly, those emotional conversations and interactions. When you're having that moment to be vulnerable with someone and you feel the trust and they respect you, you have gone to the point where you see that these healthy boundaries are showing up. Even as well as within ourselves, we had these conversations with ourselves, because boundaries influence how people treat you and how you're protecting your peace in your everyday life. Okay? Lastly, my friends, why is this important? Why is healthy boundaries equaling a healthy life? Why is it important? Why is it important? As well as, why do healthy boundaries create a healthier life? Well, because without boundaries, people often lose their self trying to meet everyone else's needs. If we don't develop a certain lane, a certain whatever aspect, a house, a condo, penthouse, a lifestyle, luxury, a culture, foundation for ourselves, we are stuck in this norm of people pleasing. We are going off of hearsay and not going off of our true intentions and our deepest values that we have for ourselves. Consistently expanding, I keep saying expanding yourself can lead to emotional exhaustion, stress, frustrations, and burnout. The more and more I'm so emotional, you're so emotional, we keep putting ourselves in situations that don't make sense. We are constantly over expanding ourselves to be in this deep, deep hole that we have created for ourselves that we should not have created. As well as understanding that healthy boundaries matter because they create stability. They matter because they create steps, pedestals, floors, levels into our life. They allow you to manage your time and your energy wisely. We take it back what's ours. We're maintaining our emotional balance. We're knowing when to hold it for them. We're knowing when we need to cry and all these things. We knowing how to maintain our emotions. Be calm, maintain, keep it cool, and all these things. As well as protecting your peace while still maintaining relationships and responsibility. I'm protecting my peace at all costs. If this relationship or this responsibility doesn't match with me, on to the next, my friend. On to the next one. Or if they understand it, then we're good to go. Because as we're setting the boundaries, we're also teaching others how to respect your time, energy, and needs. I'm setting this boundary. You can't call me in the middle of the night. Hell no, I got work in the morning. I'm not playing. I wouldn't do that to you. Especially, I'm not calling you random tonight unless it's urgent. And you said, okay, we need to talk. Okay, that's urgent. Energy. I'm not pouring negative energy in your cup. I'm not pouring negative energy in your cup. And you're damn sure ain't going to pour it in mine. As well as the needs. If I need my space, respect it. As well as I'm helping you to understand that you need to put some boundaries into your life so you can have a healthy lifestyle. So instead of feeling guilty for protecting yourself, you begin understanding that boundaries are acts of self-respect and emotional wellness. Boundaries are acts of self-respect. If you don't have respect for yourself, people are going to walk over you. As well as the emotional wellness. If we don't set these emotional wellness and tones for ourselves, what are we doing? Okay? A healthier life begins when you stop treating your peace like it's an option. Peace is not an option, it's a requirement. It's needed, it's necessary. It's not a want, it's not a motivational, it's not temporary. It's it's constantly keep going and keep going and keep going. You're going to keep swimming and everything of that nature. Okay? So going back to the quote of the week, every time you say no to what drains you, you say yes to what protects you. And that means you're saying no to things that don't make sense to you, because now you're understanding that the things that you're saying yes to is helping you. It's bringing you closure, it's bringing you peace of mind, and it equals up to what is expected in your life. Okay. So, guys, I thank you for vibing in with me. I hope you guys learned a good amount of information from me. Please be free to tell a friend because this is needed as we are in the month of May. Mental health awareness is necessary, as well as understand that healthy boundaries equals a healthy lifestyle. We have to know that we matter. Everything that we do, we say, it matters. Because today I want you to remember also, before we leave, today, remember that boundaries are not barriers, they are protection. You are allowed to say no without guilt. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to choose balance over burnout. Your time matters, your energy matters, and your well being deserves to be protected. You deserve to be protected like a flower deserves to be protected, like a child deserves to be protected at all times, an animal, whatever the case may be. You're entitled. You deserve to be protected at all times. Your time matters, your energy matters, and your well being deserves to be protected. Healthy boundaries create healthier lives. Okay? So, once again, I hope you all have enjoyed today's vibe of the day. I know, like I said, if you see me on YouTube, I'm sorry. I had to take my glasses off, put them on. My nose was itching, y'all, from this nose ring. You know, when you don't wear certain jewelry no more, it gets to itching. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't break out or nothing because I ain't got time for that. But nevertheless, to say, I really do appreciate you all so very much. I really hope that you have enjoyed today's vibe of the day, learn something from it, as well as understanding that healthy boundaries most definitely impacts with you having a healthy lifestyle. It's okay to say no. It's okay to do things that you might not be comfortable with doing. But I want you to know that you deserve it. This is all about you. The world is yours. People say, the sky is the limit, but I feel like it's no limits when you're doing these things you're doing. You got to reset. You got to recharge to all these things that matter, because for you to have this healthy lifestyle, you have to make sure you're setting healthy boundaries. Okay? I love you all so very much. Thank you guys so much again for taking the time out of your busy day to listen or to watch me. For the ones that are new here, thank you so very much. And the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, I thank you all so much as well. Okay? Please enjoy this weekend, y'all. I'm so excited for the weekend to come for me. Your girl gets that master's degree, and I cannot wait to share this experience with you guys and give you more insight on how this is going for me and for everyone out there that's stepping into this their new chapter of their life as well. I am so proud of you. Keep going. Please, please keep going. And don't let nothing or no one stop you. Okay? Be safe out here. I love you all so very much. And you guys will hear from me next Wednesday. Bye.